Sports broadcast is made possible by these great sponsors. Be sure to tell them how much you appreciate their sponsorship of Liberator Athletics and support of our kids. These sponsors are Bank of Missouri, Bolivar Recreation Center, Southwest Sewer and Septic, Ankrum Law, Mid-Missouri Bank, Warwick Electric, Citizens Memorial Hospital, Roten Cleanworks, CNC Farm and Home Supply, Winfield Pack Service, Hometown Furniture and Mattress, Bolivar Flooring, Butler Funeral Home, Bill Grant Ford, Black Rock Arms, Animal Care Clinic, Oak Star Bank, Farmers Market of Bolivar, and Bolivar Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Thanks for listening to this Bolivar Liberator sports broadcast made possible by these proud sponsors. Tell them how much you appreciate their sponsorship of Liberator Athletics and the support of our kids.
Well, good evening, Lady Liberator basketball fans, and welcome to Thursday night basketball action here in the Ozark Mountain Conference matchup between the Lady Bulldogs of Carl Junction, which will be the home team on the scoreboard, and the Lady Liberators of Bolivar, who will be the guests on the scoreboard. My name is Shania Franska, and I'll be bringing you play-by-play here this evening of this Ozark Mountain Conference matchup. And Mr. Kent to my right, bringing all the video and sound right here to your living room tonight. We thank all the fans that made the long trip down, about 115 miles one way, to come down here to Carl Junction tonight. And then all the fans that are sitting at home watching, we appreciate you tuning in. Tonight's game sponsored by Mid-Missouri Bank. Head on over to Mid-Missouri Bank for all your banking needs. We appreciate your sponsorship and the support of Lady Liberator and Liberator Athletics. Well, we'll go over the teams real quick here in our pregame warm-up as both teams are warming up. We got about 5.5 minutes till tip-off. The Carl Junction Lady Bulldogs are coming in with a record of 8-11 and 0-3 in conference play. They came off of a loss Monday night to Hillcrest, 52-37. While the Bolivar Lady Liberators are coming in with a record of 15-8, 0-3 in conference play as well. And they came off of a win last night at home, which was a makeup game over the Mooresville Lady Panthers, 66-40. So both teams here tonight looking for their first conference victory, as both have played an extremely tough schedule already in conference play. And as you know, if you follow basketball much, the girls' side, well, the boys' side as well of the Ozark Mountain Conference, which was just established last year, is an extremely tough conference, which I believe there is 7 schools, and 4 out of the 7 schools are ranked. So extremely tough here, as the Lady Liberators have already played Marshfield, West Plains, and then here is CJ and Hillcrest as well last Thursday night. All 3 state-ranked teams right there in a row with the conference. Looking ahead after this game tonight, the Lady Liberators will be off till Monday, and they will host Branson for senior night. And then they will be off the rest of the week. And then they will take one last trip to Rogersville. That will be the last regular season game. That will be on February 23rd, as well as the last conference game of the season. And then they will be off the rest of the week, and they will start districts the following week at Logan Rogersville. So it's hard to believe we're right down here at the end. So far, so good for the Lady Liberators, and have had a great season. And we're extremely proud of the girls and the season that they had, and hope to finish off strong here. An extremely tough district down at Rogersville that the Lady Liberators will be competing in a couple weeks, with the likes of Logan Rogersville and the Stratford Lady Indians, both ranked in the top 5 in Class 4, so they will definitely have their hands full. But hey, it's anybody's basketball when it comes March and districts play, and anything can happen. Well, we've got about 3 minutes left here before we'll do our starting lineups and national anthem. We talked a little bit about the Lady Liberators. Let's switch it over to the men's side with the Liberators. Coach Hoy and the Liberators picked up a win on Tuesday night against a really scrappy and physical West Plains team. And I believe the final score, I don't have the final score off the top of my head, but I think they won by a margin of 7 or 8. And Coach Roy and the Liberators will head on down tomorrow night to right back here at Carl Junction. So any parent that has a boy and a girl are making the trip twice in 1 week. So they will head right on back down here tomorrow night. And that will be, I believe, a 3-game night with things starting off at 4:30. So that varsity tip-off will be around 7:15, and we'll have it right here on KYO and MoSportsZone for all of you that can't make the trip as well tomorrow night. Coach Roy and the Liberators having a very good season as well. And let me pull up their record here. You think I'd have it memorized and be a little better, but when you're on the air by yourself, it's a lot to get done and a lot to accomplish here. And normally I have these records memorized, but I'm kind of drawing a blank space here. So Coach Roy and the Liberators are 16-6 on the season. And like I just said, they picked up a win at home against West Plains 59-50. So they will head on down to CJ tomorrow night, and then they will be back home next week for 2 home games. They will host Branson on February 17th, Tuesday night. That will be a big conference game, as it's kind of become a rival with the Liberators and Pirates. And then they'll be back home Thursday night, the 19th, against Springfield Catholic. And then they will take a week off and head on down to Logan Rogersville for the end of the season, last regular season game there. So both teams here are headed to their bench. I believe we'll be doing starting lineups and national anthem. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here with the starting lineups and the tip-off as we get ready to go here at Carl Junction High School. You're watching Lady Liberator Basketball on MoSportsZone.com and listening on your Country 99.
You're listening to 99.1 KYOO halfway, 1200 AM KYOO, and 102.9 K275 CD Bolivar.
Mid-Missouri Bank has crossed another huge benchmark. They've paid their Midmo customers more than $8 million in Casasa rewards. Join Midmo in the race to $10 million. Get in on your share of the earnings today. Whether it's cash back on debit card swipes or a high interest rate on checking and savings account balances, Midmo Bank pays you for the spending activity you're probably already doing. You deserve more for your money. How does more money sound? Open an account in minutes at openaccounts.midmobank.com. Mid-Missouri Bank. Member FDIC.
At Animal Care Clinic, they're not just another veterinary clinic. They're your pet's best friend. Their team, led by Doctors Levin and Lindsay Roten, offer top-notch care for all animals, big and small. From intensive care and checkups to pet supplies and grooming, they've got it covered. Keep your furry friend healthy and happy. Schedule an appointment today at animalcarebolivar.com. That's animalcarebolivar.com. Animal Care Clinic. Their name says it all.
What would happen to your kids, home, finances, or even your business in an unexpected life event? At Ankrum Law, we understand that planning for the future is a gift to your loved ones. This is Jesse Ankrum, and I'm ready to help you secure your legacy with expert guidance in estate planning. From wills to trust, we provide comprehensive solutions tailored to your unique needs. For more information or to book your free estate planning consultation, visit AnkramLawFirm.com. Ankrum Law, helping you protect what matters most.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement.
All right, welcome back, Lady Liberator basketball fans. We had our national anthem there, and both sides here are going to do starting lineups. All right, starting lineups for the Carl Junction Lady Bulldogs. We've got number 2, a 5'2" junior, J.C. Hokut. Number 15, a 5'10" sophomore, Dempsey Harris. Number 23, Nevaeh Triplett, a 5'6" junior. Number 30, Audrey Bespret, a 5'7" junior. And number 33, a 5'9" senior, Jaden Howard. That's your starting lineups for the Lady Bulldogs of Carl Junction. And your starting lineups for the Lady Liberators of Bolivar. A 5'9" senior, number 3, Emma Goodman. A 5'10" senior, number 10, Cammie Bryan. A 5'6" junior, number 11, Josie Mays. A 5'7" senior, number 23, Carly Cribbs. And a 5'9" sophomore, a 6-foot junior, number 14, Adeline Carroll. And that will round it out for the Lady Liberators for their starting lineups. And we are patiently waiting here as the Lady Bulldogs are playing their hype video. We kind of know what that's all about, the 2-minute hype video now before we get started. They got a nice screen to our right here, nice facility here that they have here in Carl Junction. We came down here, I know, for football, softball this fall, and they have brand new facilities outside. Kent and I were talking about that before we came on the air. Extremely nice facilities here at Carl Junction all the way around. Well, like I said, both teams here, the Lady Bulldogs and the Lady Liberators, both looking for their first conference win here tonight. And talked a little bit with Coach Archer before the game, and he said we're definitely going to have to be ready to play as Carl Junction has a very rich history in girls basketball. I remember watching them down at SBU. It's been a couple years ago, but I think then they were undefeated and hadn't lost a game yet. That was in state quarterfinal play. So, like I said, a very rich tradition here for the Lady Bulldogs and girls basketball. So definitely going to have to be ready to play here. Lady Liberators are coached by Mr. Darren Archer, and the Lady Bulldogs are coached by Mr. Marty Axnip. And we're ready to go here as both teams are taking the floor. Lady Liberators in the blue uniforms with the gold trim, and the Lady Bulldogs are in the white uniforms with the red trim. So the official's going to walk towards the middle of the court here, and the official by the scores table gives him the thumbs up. So we're going to be ready to go right here. And Cammie Bryan will tip it off for the Lady Liberators. For the Lady Bulldogs is Harris. And looks like the Lady Bulldogs are going to take control here, the first possession of the ball game. That's going to be Harris on the left side. She hands it off to Bespret. Long three-point shot by, that's number 23, Triplett. Can't get it to go, but there's a Lady Bulldog offensive rebound here to start it off early. And looks like Carly Cribbs is going to come up with the steal. She loses, can't ever get control of the basketball, loses it. Back come the Lady Bulldogs the other way. Fast break layup, and that's Harris. And she's going to put the first 2 points on the scoreboard here for the Lady Bulldogs in this contest. And it looks like the Lady Bulldogs are going to come out in a diamond press. Lady Liberators break it. That's Mays. Great look down to Carroll and puts the first 2 points on the board for the Lady Liberators. So nice transition play there by the set of juniors for the Lady Liberators. Back come the Lady Bulldogs, and they throw it into the bleachers, and the Lady Liberators will recover. So a lot of fast break motion here on both sides of the court just admitted into this game, as it looks like both teams are going to come out with a full court press here early. It's Lady Liberator basketball. They're going to have to go the length of the floor here. Cammie Bryan up top. She gets it over to Goodman. Goodman dribbles on the right side, gets it to Mays over in the corner. Mays back to Goodman, back to Mays. Over to Bryan as she swings it over to the left side to Cribbs. Cribbs three ball and gets it to go. And just like that, the Lady Liberators have their first lead here early in this contest. 5-2, 6:36 left to play here in the first quarter. Lady Bulldogs get it across half court, and that's Harris. She's going to stop, pop, three-point, off the mark, no good. Carroll with the rebound. And Cribbs is going to walk it up. Cribbs with the basketball, being patient here, letting her offense get set up. Bryan back over to Cribbs. Cribbs is going to try another three ball. Off the mark, no good. Fighting for the rebound is Carroll, but it goes off the hands of Carroll. And it's going to be Lady Bulldog basketball. Adeline Carroll playing some crucial big minutes here in the last 5 or 6 games. Doing a great job dominating the offense and defensive board here for the Lady Liberators. 6 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Bolivar 5, Carl Junction 2. And it's Lady Bulldog basketball moving it around the perimeter there. there. That's Audrey Bespret. She tries to get it inside, and it's going to go out of bounds. And another defensive stop for the Lady Liberators. Our first quarter sponsor here today is Citizens Memorial Hospital. Lady Liberators get it across half court. That's Mays. She goes up for the layup. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Cribbs. Cribbs stop, pop. Can't get it to go, but there's Carroll again fighting for the rebound. And that's going to be off of a Lady Bulldog there, so the Lady Liberators are going to get it back. So a couple chances there to score. We can't quite get it to go. But we're going to get the basketball back underneath our basket. That's going to be Bryan throwing it in. She gets it into Carroll. Carroll kicks it out to Mays in the right-handed corner. Swings it over to Cribbs. Cribbs over to Bryan on the left side. Gets it into Goodman. And we're going to have a holding call on the Lady Bulldogs. And that's going to be on number 30, Bespra. Her first, team first of the first quarter. Bryan gets it into Goodman. Goodman goes strong. She can't get it to roll. Use the backboard, Emma. Come on, man. And the Lady Bulldogs are going to take back over. Here comes Harris down the other way. Kicks it out into the corner. That's a 3-ball made by Bespra. And ties this ball game up here at 5 apiece with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Lady Liberators get it across. That's Mays to Carroll. Carroll back over to Mays. Mays to the right side over to Bryan. Kicks it into Goodman. Goodman out to Cribbs. Cribbs can't get the 3-ball to go, but there's Bryan with the offensive rebound and can't finish the layup. Another missed opportunity there for the Lady Liberators. Back come the other way is the Lady Bulldogs. And a great defensive play there. Carroll on the floor fighting for the rebound. Here comes the Lady Liberators. There's Cribbs. Wild shot to the right side. Back come the Lady Bulldogs. And the Lady Bulldogs lose the handle on the basketball, but are able to pick it back up. That's up top, Howard. She kicks it over in the corner to Bespra. And can't get the 3-ball to go. Cribbs with the rebound. Cribbs is going to walk it up, gets it across half court. Over to Bryan on the left side. Back over to Mays. Mays over to Cribbs in the corner. Back over to Bryan at the top of the key. They get it into Goodman. Goodman's going to stop, pop, can't get the jump shot to go. Rebounded by Harris. Back come the Lady Bulldogs the other way. Harris, she kicks it out to Bespra. She's going to dribble all the way. Baseline. 3-ball point. That's good for the Lady Bulldogs. Number 23, Triplet. And the Lady Bulldogs take back over the lead here with 3.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Lady Liberators get it across. That's Mays. She's going to go the length of the floor. She stopped, kicks it back out to Bryan. Bryan 3-ball and hits nothing there, and it's going to go out of bounds. So the Lady Liberators getting a lot of good looks here, but just can't finish. Looks like that 2-hour drive might be playing a factor here. Just kind of a little sloppy here early in the first quarter. And need to get it out of our system here before it gets too late. Lady Bulldog basketball being guarded by Mays there. That's Harris over in the corner. And she gets it over to Triplet, or excuse me, that's Bespra. She kicks it back out to Howard. Howard 3-ball, in and out, no good. Cribbs with the rebound. 2:53 left to play here in the first quarter. Bryan 3-ball in the corner. Off the mark, no good. Fighting for the rebound is Mays. She can't come up with it. There's Bespra. She's going to go all the way left-handed, and she's stopped by Goodman. She kicks it back out to Triplet. Triplet over to Harris. Harris 3-ball. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Carroll. So a lot of action here early in the first quarter. Already 2.5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. CJ 8, Bolivar 5. Bryan gets it over to Cribbs. Cribbs skip past to Goodman. Goodman 3-ball and drains it. Big 3-ball by the senior guard Emma Goodman and ties it to all 8 apiece here. There's Mays with the steal. She gets it out to Cribbs. Cribbs is going to stop, pop, and gets it to go. Great job. Great defensive stop there by Josie Mays. And they convert on the other end. The Lady Liberators now back with the lead. 1:50 left to play in the first quarter. Bulldogs get it across half court. 3-ball in the corner. Off the mark, no good. Fighting for the rebound. That's a Triplet. She's going to get her own rebound and put it back for 2. All tied up at 10 here at CJ. Goodman, she breaks the press all by herself. She kicks it out to Mays. Mays jump shot and gets it to go. Big basket there by the junior, Josie Mays. and gives the Lady Liberators back the lead. 1:21 left to play here in the first quarter. Back come the Lady Bulldogs the other way. 3 ball up by Howard, off the mark, no good. Bryan with the rebound. And she's going to get it out to Cribbs. Cribbs is going to walk it up for the Lady Liberators. 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. 3 ball Mays, off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Harris. It's crazy. The first quarter already a minute left. Only a minute left here in the first quarter. As you can tell, both sides are extremely tired, kind of both just jogging up and down to the floor. And that's going to be a layup. Off the mark, no good for Harris. Back come the Lady Liberators the other way. That's Goodman. She lays it over to Mays. And Mays can't get it to go. Looked like she got bumped there, as the officials are just kind of letting both sides play. And it looks like it's going to be tipped out of bounds by the Lady Bulldogs. So the Lady Liberators catch a break there with 30 seconds remaining here on the clock. And Cammie Bryan is going to throw it in for the Lady Liberators. Gets it into Mays. Mays over to Cribbs on the right side. Back over to Bryan. Bryan dribble drives. Kicks it back over to Cribbs. Over in the corner to Emma. Emma's going to go the baseline. Kicks it out to Mays. Mays saves it there. Wild pass. Gets it over to Cribbs. Cribbs 3 ball and gets none of that. Back home the Lady Bulldogs the other way. 7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 3 ball off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Mays. Great job by Mays there. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Bolivar 12, CJ 10. You're watching Lady Liberator Basketball on MoSportsZone.com and listening on Your Country 99.
No matter where this season takes you, the Bank of Missouri is here. We know a better life begins with a secure financial future. As a community bank, we work with you to understand your priorities and the changes that affect your finances. So wherever life takes you, we're here to help, just like we have been for 130 years. Get started at bankofmissouri.com. Live well, play well, bank well.
Mr. Google wants you to think you can fix your car on the internet. If you can just figure out what's wrong without talking to those greedy dealers, you'll save lots of money. At Bill Grant Ford, our appointment book fills every week with people who started on Google. And you might be surprised to know the labor rate in our shop is not the highest in town. What we can do for you is bring experience and training to a world filled with internet noise. We encourage you to be informed when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. And when your vehicle starts asking for help, see why it's better in Bolivar at Bill Grant Ford.
All right, Lady Liberator basketball fans, we're back here at the campus of Carl Junction High School. Lady Liberators taking on the Lady Bulldogs here in this Ozark Mountain Conference game. As we start our second quarter, the Lady Liberators hold a 2-point lead over the Lady Bulldogs of CJ. And it's going to be Lady Liberator basketball. Carroll up front. She gets it cutting across to Goodman, out to Mays. Mays back over to Goodman on the left side. Goodman's going to dribble all the way up to the top of the key. Swings it over to Cribbs. Cribbs over to Mays. Great dribble drive there by Mays. She kicks it out to Goodman and bang, hits the jump shot on the free throw line. Great job by Mays there, collapsing all the defense on her and finds the open man of Goodman to score 2 here on the opening possession of the second quarter. Lady Bulldog basketball here. Bolivar 14, CJ 10. And the Lady Bulldogs being extremely patient, working it around the perimeter here. That's number 2, Hocut. Over in the corner, that's number 23, Nevaeh Triplett. She hits the 3 and pulls the Lady Bulldogs within 1. That's Triplett, the junior, for the Lady Bulldogs. Cribbs, she gets it over to Carroll. Carroll over to Goodman on the top of the key. Back over to Mays on the left side. Lady Liberators just being patient here. Lady Bulldogs still in their zone. Looks like they're still in their 2-3 matchup zone here. Being extremely patient here. Goodman over to Carroll. Carroll, great cut there, and she gets fouled. And we'll go to the free throw line for an Ankrum Law free throw. And that's going to be Harris's first personal, team first of the quarter. And I believe I believe that is only the second foul of the whole entire game so far. So only 2 fouls called, and we're 10 minutes in to this game here. And we're finally going to have our first substitutions of the game, and that's for the Lady Liberators. Mays is going to take a seat with Anderson coming out on the floor. It's going to be Jaylee Anderson. And then Sister Jara Anderson will check in for the Lady Liberators, and Carol will find a seat. Great minutes there by Carol and Mays as they take a quick break with the Anderson sisters coming in. All right, 6.5 minutes left. Lady Bulldogs come back on the other end. That is Besprat with 2 points there, and we're all tied up at 15. 6 minutes remaining here in the second period. Cribbs gets it over to Bryan on the left side, over to Anderson at the top of the key. And that's going to be a turnover by Anderson. Back come the Lady Bulldogs the other way, and they're going to be fouled. That's number 23, Triplett. And it looks like that's going to be the first personal on Cammie Bryan. And Triplett will go to the line for an Ankrum Law free throw. Second quarter sponsored by Roten Clean Works. Thank you to Mr. Luther Roten for sponsoring Liberator Athletics here tonight, where we can bring you this game for all the people back home watching. Like I said, as it came on earlier, it's a long drive, about 115 miles one way just from Bolivar. So we appreciate all of our sponsors that allow us to do that, to bring live play-by-play coverage for all of our listeners, not just back home, but all around the states, of family and friends listening in here this evening. Well, she gets both free throws to go, and CJ reclaims the lead here. 1 point lead with 5:45 left to play here in the first half. Lady Liberator basketball being extremely patient here on the offensive end, moving around. That's Goodman. She's going to take it coast to coast and can't get it to go, but she gets fouled and going to go to the charity stripe for 2. And that's going to be a foul called on number 31, which is Ravelyn Smith. Goodman gets the first Ankrum Law free throw to go. Second free throw coming for Goodman, and that's good. Great job there by Goodman, making her first 2 free throws. As you know, if you've watched many Lady Liberator basketball games, we have a hard time making our free throws some games, so it's good to see the first 2 free throws are going in for the Lady Liberators. So the Lady Liberators now reclaim the lead again. 5:25 left to play here in the second quarter. Lady Bulldog basketball. That's Triplett out front on the right side there, being guarded by Anderson. As she looks to go one-on-one there, she dishes it off to Harris. Harris goes to the left side. Great backdoor cut by that's number 31, Smith. And she's going to go to the line for another pair of Ankrum Law free throws. So Smith, 2 free throws coming here. First free throw is off the mark, no good. And checking back in for the Lady Bulldogs is going to be Besprat. And Hoka is going to take a seat on the bench for the Lady Bulldogs. Second Ankrum Law free throw is no good. Goodman with the rebound. She gets it out to Bryan. Bryan's going to dribble it up for the Lady Liberators. She's going to take it all the way. Pop, jump, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. She can't get that one to go as well. And back come the Lady Bulldogs the other way. 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Lady Liberators 17, CJ 16. Lady Bulldog basketball. A tough shot there by Howard. Can't get it to go. That's Anderson with the rebound. Jara Anderson. And she gets it over to Cribbs. Cribbs is going to let her offense get set up here. Over to the left side of Bryan. Back over to Cribbs. Looks like the Lady Bulldogs are still in that 2-3 zone. She gets it inside to Goodman. Great backdoor cut by Cammie Bryan. And she gets the left-handed layup to go and gives the Lady Liberators a 3-point lead there. Great play by the seniors. And lays it in for 2. 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Three ball over in the corner by Triplet. In and out, but there's an offensive rebound. That's number 30, Bespret, and she lays it in for two. Pulls CJ within one. Back come the Lady Liberators on the other end. That is Jaylee Anderson over in the corner. Back over to Bryan. Over to Cribbs. Cribbs, three ball. Can't get it to go, but there's Jarrett with the rebound, and she lays it in for two. Great job there by the sophomore. And gives the Lady Liberators back a 3-point lead. 3.5 minutes left here to play in the first half. And it looks like we're going to have a foul here. And that's going to go on number 22, Jarrett Anderson. And I believe that's going to be her second personal. Checking in for the game is going to be sophomore number 31, Briley Tosh. And taking a seat will be number 24, Jaylee Anderson. And number 31, Smith, is back on the floor for the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs get it in. 3-point shot in the corner, and that's good by Hokut. And we're all tied up here at 21 apiece. 3.5 minutes left to play here in the first half. What's been a pretty good game. Not very many fouls, only about 5 fouls in the whole entire first half. Knock on wood. Pretty clean game here so far. Lady Liberators moving it around the perimeter here. That's Bryan in the right-handed corner. Three ball. Cammie Bryan nails the 3-point shot. And the Lady Liberators are right back in front here. 24-21 with 2:50 left to play here in the first half. What's been a back-and-forth game, really the biggest lead here of the game has only been by 3 points by both sides of the floor. And that's going to go out of bounds, and the Lady Liberators will get it back here to extend their 3-point lead. So with 2:33 left to play here, Carly Cribbs will walk it down, and she's going to take it all the way to the basket. Off the mark, no good. Fighting for the rebound. That's number 15, Harris of the Lady Bulldogs. Back come the Lady Bulldogs the other way. She kicks it over to Hokut. Hokut's going to try for the 3-point shot. She can't get it to go. Fighting for her own rebound. She gets it. And there's Tosh with the defensive rebound. She's going to take it the length of the floor. Has no number, so she's going to pull it back up and hands it off to Cribbs. So with 2 minutes remaining, the Lady Liberators hold on to their 3-point lead here. Over on the left side to Bryan. Bryan back over to Cribbs. Cribbs finds Tosh over on the right-handed block there. Kind of just threw it into her arms there, but it's going to go off the Lady Bulldogs there and stay Lady Liberator basketball. Cammie Bryan throws it in for the Lady Liberators, and she's going to have to get it in. She does. She gets it into Goodman, and not the best shot there. Goodman's shot is blocked, and back come the Lady Bulldogs here with 1:38 remaining here in the second quarter. Bolivar 24, CJ 21. And great defensive there, but it looks like we're going to get a pushing foul. And that's going to go on Briley Tosh, which will be her first personal, team fourth here of the game. So of the quarter. So the Lady Bulldogs will be in bonus here from here on out until the end of the first half. And that's going to be Triplet at the line. The first one is good. Second free throw coming for Triplet. And that one is good as well. So the Lady Bulldogs pull within one here. 1:29 left to play here in the second quarter. Bolivar 24, CJ 23. Cribbs gets it across half court to Tosh, back over to Cribbs. Cribbs is going to drive all the way in the lane. She can't get it to go, but it's going to be fouled. And she's going to go to the line for a pair of Incrum Law free throws here with 1:17 remaining here in the first half. First free throw for Cribbs. and she gets it to go. That foul is going to be on number 31, Ravelyn Smith, and that will be her second personal, team third of the quarter. Second free throw coming here for Cribbs, and in and out, no good, fighting for the rebound. That's number 30, Bestbrett. She comes down with it. She's going to walk it across half court for CJ. She gets it over in the corner to Hoka. Hoka's got the whole lane wide open, and she lays it in for the left-handed layup, and we're all tied up at 25 here with 1 minute remaining left here in the first half. Cribbs over to Tosh. Tosh back over to Cribbs on the right side. Cribbs skip pass over to Anderson. Anderson back to Tosh. Tosh kicks it out to Cribbs. Cribbs 3-ball. And she can't get it to go. Back come the Lady Bulldogs the other way. Great hustle there by Goodman and Cribbs to stop the transition. And the Lady Bulldogs got to kick it out here. That's going to be Hocut, 3-ball. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Tosh. Tosh gets it across half court over to Cribbs. Cribbs dribbles it back out. 25 seconds remaining here. Gets it inside to Goodman. Over to Bryan and can't get the short jumper to go. Rebounded by the Lady Bulldogs of Harris. So it looks like the Lady Bulldogs might get the last second shot off here. Oh, blocked by Bryan. So the Lady Liberators are going to get the last second shot here. 6 seconds remaining here in the first half. Cribbs over to Bryan. Bryan 3-ball. Can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound was Goodman. And that's going to be your buzzer here at the end of the first half. All tied up at 25 here at Carl Junction High School between the Lady Bulldogs and the Lady Liberators. We're going to take a 3 or 4 minute break here, and we'll have our halftime show here, right back here, as the Lady Liberators all tied up with the Carl Junction Lady Bulldogs, all at 25. You're watching Lady Liberator Basketball on MoSportsZone.com and listening on Your Country 99.
Blackrock Arms has moved. Find the best deals on guns, ammo, optics, knives, and more at 2270 Springfield Avenue, right next to Ace Hardware in Bolivar. Same great service, now with more space to explore, from days out on the range to outdoor adventures. Blackrock Arms has you covered. Visit in-store or online at blackrockarms.com.
Blackrock Arms, you punch your patriots!
Looking to transform your home from the ground up? Step into Bolivar Flooring, where style, comfort, and durability begin. Discover the largest selection in town. Classic hardwood, modern vinyl, plush carpets, stunning tile, plus custom showers, backsplashes, and fireplaces. Find the look you love with expert help every step of the way. Walk on excellence, live in comfort with Bolivar Flooring. Located at Carlin Acres, just south of Bolivar off of Highway 13.
Hi, this is Mike Jones. Trust Bolivar Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning for expert home comfort solutions. From plumbing repairs to heating and air conditioning, our experienced team delivers honest quality and service. For reliable comfort, trust Bolivar Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
777-55-55. 777-55-55.
They've gone before us, they've taught us to live life to its fullest and to treat every moment as a precious treasure. Now it's time to celebrate their life. Hi, I'm Kyle with Butler Funeral Home, and we are committed to you and your family ensuring that every detail and personal wish is met for your loved one's funeral service, so that you have time to reflect and celebrate the life. And with one of the largest chapels in Missouri, you can celebrate with plenty of friends and family. Celebrate life with Butler Funeral Home, located in Bolivar and Humansville, or online at butlerfuneralhome.com. Celebrate life with Butler Funeral Home.
Hey gang, before you know it's going to be 10 above and we'll be shoveling snow. The Answer Man at CNC has the answers for winter, like wood pellets for heating and grilling, stovepipe and accessories like door sealants, door gaskets, stove boards, and winter clothing that'll keep you dry and warm. And for your fur friends, CNC has a huge pet department too. You have questions? CNC has the answers at CNC Farm and Home, Bolivar and Lebanon.
Hi, this is Donald with CNC Farm and Home Supply. If you have questions, we have the answers.
Where Where can you and your family go to receive exceptional health care in the area? Who offers convenient family medicine and walk-in clinics near your home? Where can you go for comprehensive specialty care like orthopedics, urology, and heart care? The answer is CMH. At Citizens Memorial Hospital, they have the services your family needs to be healthy. For more information, go to citizensmemorial.com or call 417-328-6010.
Farmers Market of Bolivar is your go-to source for complete lines of animal and poultry feeds. Keep your livestock healthy and thriving with high-quality feeds tailored to their needs. Friendly experts provide top-notch advice to help you choose the right product. Whether it's chickens, cattle, or pets, Farmers Market of Bolivar has what it takes to support strong, happy animals. Located at 1184 East 460th Road, just off Highway 13. For dependable local feed and service that makes a difference, Farmers Market of Bolivar is your only choice.
How do we keep our prices so low here at Hometown Furniture and Mattress? It's simple. We are locally owned, keep our overhead low, buy in bulk by the truckload, and we operate limited hours. We do all this to bring you the best prices and best selection in Bolivar. From simple sofas to premium leather sectionals, from basic mattresses to premium mattresses on adjustable bases, we have it all. Living room, dining, and bedroom. Ask us about our financing made easy, no credit needed. Come see us at our new and expanded location just south of Bolivar on Highway 13. You can't miss us. Don't overpay. Take home today.
People choose Oak Star Bank for a number of reasons, from the high interest earning checking accounts all the way to a 30-year fixed rate farm loan. But really, it's our people that make the difference. Here at Oak Star, we believe that friendly service and a smile from hometown people that you know makes all the difference in the world. Come experience the difference a hometown bank like Oak Star can make. Oak Star Bank knows banking in Bolivar. Maybe it's time you get to know us. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Precision Small Engines, the name people have trusted for over 30 years for the sale, maintenance, and repair on steel leaf blowers and steel chainsaws. Carrying original manufactured parts and aftermarket parts, Precision Small Engines is sure to have everything you need to get you up and running again. Located north of Bolivar on Highway 13. Visit online at PrecisionSmallEngines.net.
Precision Small Engines in Bolivar.
All right, welcome back, Lady Liberator basketball fans, here with your halftime show on the campus of Carl Junction High School. The Lady Bulldogs and the Lady Liberators all tied up here at 25 apiece here in this Ozark Mountain Conference game. Both teams looking for their first conference win tonight. As I said earlier on the broadcast, the Ozark Mountain Conference, which was a newly conference that came together last year that was formed, and that has us, the Liberators of Bolivar, Branson, Hillcrest, Logan, Rogersville, Marshfield, and West Plains. And the fun fact about that is there is 7 teams in our conference, and 4 out of the 7 are all state ranked, being Hillcrest, Logan, Rogersville, Marshfield, and West Plains. With, you got Branson, which is always, they always got a great team down there. Coach Boo does a great job, has always done a great job down there, Branson. And then you got CJ here. Like I said, they've always been very successful in girls basketball. So it definitely is not a conference that, every night you show up, it's going to be a tough game. Like I said, with 4 out of the 7 schools being in the state rankings, all across Class 4 and Class 5. So definitely it's never an off night. Sometimes you get those conference games, they're thinking, oh, maybe we can show up and win by 15 or 20 here tonight. Well, that's not how the Ozark Mountain Conference goes in the girls or the boys side. The boys as well, you've got several state-ranked teams, and, just like we seen the other night, West Plains, the boys took on West Plains the other night, and West Plains, they came in with a losing record, but they played a brutal schedule, and they took us all the way down to the wire and led most of the game up until the very end. So really on both sides, the girls and boys, I think it's been, a great fit for us starting the Ozark Mountain Conference. I think I could probably talk for a lot of people that it's been a great fit for every school across the board. It's definitely something that we needed, and I think, like I said, a great fit across the board for every sport, and will only continue to get better from here on out. Well, it's been a great matchup here so far. Like I said, all tied up at 25 apiece here as we are at halftime of this game. First quarter, we didn't see very many whistles. It was very back and forth, back and forth. Really didn't even see, I don't even think we had one substitution on both sides the whole entire first quarter. Then the second quarter kind of finally calmed down, had a few fouls, few substitutions, and, really it's just, you can tell it's kind of, you don't really want to word it like this, but this is, the bottom of the conference on the girls' side with us and CJ. But like I said, you've got CJ that's won, I believe, they're 8-12, but have played an extremely tough schedule. Bolivar's 15-8, have played a tough schedule and have lost every conference game. But both of these teams, any night could show up, and if West Plains comes to the gym or Marshville or Raj and plays a bad game, both of these teams could get you. So, like I said, just a tough conference all the way around. Good ball game right here that we've got on our hands. Well, we're going to take a quick 30-second break. Both teams are back out of the locker room, and we'll have second half action coming from you right here at Carl Junction High School. You're watching Lady Liberator Basketball on MoSportsZone.com and listening on your country 99.
Roten Cleanworks. So what do? Let's make this simple. We stain and we clean. We stain decks, we stain fences, we stain houses, we stain concrete. We clean commercial buildings, we clean house exteriors, we clean fleets of all sizes, we clean equipment of all kinds. I'm telling you, we clean and we stain. Roten Cleanworks, it's what we do. Contact us today.
Welcome back, Lady Liberator basketball fans. We're back here for some second half action here on the campus of Carl Junction High School. It's going to be Lady Bulldog basketball here coming out of the second half, all tied up at 25. Both starters for both teams will return to the floor here to start your second half. And it's Lady Bulldog basketball. They kick it out. That's number 30, Best Brett. She kicks it over to Triplet. Triplet's going to go in the lane, shot up, no good, rebounded by Bryan, and back come the Lady Liberators. That's going to be Goodman. She tries to go coast to coast there, kicks it out to Kritz. Kritz, 3-ball, and drains it. And it looks like we got a whistle down. That's going to be Hokut on the floor with, it looks like maybe a knee injury. So Hokut is going to be checked out by the trainer here. And I'm telling you what, it's hard to watch kids go down with those knee injuries. And it looks like Hokut is going to get up here, and hopefully she will be okay. Like I said, man, it's hard to watch girls and boys go down with those knee injuries. We're seeing it, not just in high school sports, but all the way to professional. A lot of torn ACLs, just all the way around the block. And man, you see it more and more every day, it seems like. So hopefully Hokut will be okay. She was carried off the floor there out to the training room. So there, right before that injury, Carly Cribbs hit the three-point shot and puts the Lady Liberators up 3 here early in the second half. So both teams will return to the floor there after that injury of JC Hokut, and we pray and send our best wishes to her and hope everything is okay with her knee there. All right, both teams are back on the basketball court here, and the Lady Bulldogs going to have to go all the way, and they throw it out of bounds. Or actually, that's Carol. She gets it before it goes out of bounds. So a turnover there by the Lady Bulldogs. And Emma Goodman will bring it up for the Lady Liberators. She dribbles to the right side and throws it right in the hands of Triplett. Back come the Lady Bulldogs, and Goodman's going to tip it away and get the steal right back to the Lady Liberators. Goodman gets it over to Mays. Mays over to Bryan. Bryan's going to go the baseline there, but she's going to be trapped there and loses it out of bounds. Lady Bulldog basketball. And Cammie Bryan's going to pick up the foul there. And I believe that will be the second personal for Cammie Bryan. So Lady Bulldog basketball. 6:49 left to play here in the third quarter. Bolivar 28, CJ 25. Lady Bulldogs are going to have to go the length of the floor here, having a hard time getting across, and they finally do. They get it over to the corner to Triplett. She's going to take it and be fouled and go to the line for a couple Ankrum Law free throws. And that foul is going to be called on number 14, Adeline Carroll, her first personal, team second of the quarter. Triplett to the line for two. First free throw is up. And she sinks it, nothing but the bottom of the net. Second Ankrum Law free throw coming. And she gets that one to go as well and brings the Lady Bulldogs within one. 6:34 left to play here in the third quarter. Lady Bulldogs come out in their box press, and it works as the Lady Liberators turn it over and throw it out of bounds. So the Lady Bulldogs will try to take over the lead here off of that turnover. Third quarter sponsor here today is CNC Farm and Home Supply. Head on down to CNC for all your farm and home supply needs. And it looks like that's going to be number 5, Annie Rogers. Had a pass thrown to her, and she stepped out of bounds over there on the sideline. So a big break for the Lady Liberators. Carly Cribbs will walk it across half court for the Lady Liberators. She gets it over to Cammie Bryan on the left side. Skip pass back over to Cribbs, back over to Bryan. Bryan's going to dribble drive, kicks it out to Goodman. Goodman can't get the jump shot to go. Fighting for the rebound. There's Cribbs. She can't get the jump shot to go as well. And the Lady Bulldogs come up with the rebound of Harris. And that's going to be Howard. She can't get the ball to go in the net as well. Bryan with the rebound, coming back the other way for the Lady Liberators. Cribbs over in the corner, right hand, three ball, off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Triplett. She pushes it up the other way. She's going to go coast to coast. She loses the ball there. Mays is going to pick it up, and it's going to be a jump ball possession. And it looks like it's going to be in favor of the Lady Liberator basketball. So they will have the possession arrow there. 5:29 left to play here in the third quarter. Cribbs is going to walk it up across half court. Bryan at the top of the key over in the corner to the left side to Mays. Mays gets it into Goodman. She's going to dribble back out. And there's Cammie Bryan cutting, but blocked shot there by number 15 of Harris. And the Lady Bulldogs regain possession, back come the other way. That's going to be Harris. She's stopped by Carroll. She kicks it out. That's number 33, Howard, being guarded by Bryan. Back over to Harris. Harris is going to go all the way. Tough shot. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Bryan, and Carroll picks it up. And Mays is going to walk it across half court. 4:40 left to play here in the third quarter. Mays dribbles it over to Goodman. Goodman over to Carroll in the right-handed corner. And trying to get it to Cribbs. That's going to be turned over by the Lady Bulldogs. Going coast to coast is Annie Rogers. And she lays it in for two. So the Lady Bulldogs back out front. 4:21 left to play here in the third quarter. CJ 29, Bolivar 28. Cribbs, she looks to drive, stop, pop, can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Lady Bulldogs of Howard. And the Lady Bulldogs are going to try to extend their 1-point lead here. And they're going to get the foul called on Emma Goodman. And that's going to be her first personal. Checking in for the Lady Liberators is going to be number 22, Jarrett Anderson, and Adeline Carroll will go to the bench. So the Lady Liberators kind of coming out of the second half a little sloppy here and need to clean it up really well here, as we've always struggled to be a good third quarter team. We just struggled to score in the third quarter. I don't know what it is, but we've only got 3 points here, 4 minutes into the third quarter. Lady Bulldogs get it in, and a block shot by Cammie Bryan. Back come the other way, the Lady Liberators. Cribbs is going to push it across half court. She's got number. She's going to go all the way and be fouled. And she's going to be fouled by Nevaeh Triplett and go to the line for a couple Ankrum Law free throws. So Cribbs going to try to regain the lead here for the Lady Liberators. First free throw off the mark, no good. And checking in for the Lady Bulldogs is going to be number 31, Ravelyn Smith. And second free throw coming. She gets it. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Cribbs. And it's all tied up at 21. And there's a steal by Emma Goodman. They just throw it right into the hands of Emma Goodman. She lays it in for two and gives the Lady Liberators a 2-point lead. And then another turnover caused by the Lady Liberators. They're going to get a traveling call on the Lady Bulldogs. So a quick second, looks like it's going to be a full timeout, a Black Rock Arms timeout here. So we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Lady Liberator Basketball on MoSportsZone.com and listening on your country, 99.
Sometimes it gets messy out there. When it does, call Southwest Sewer and Septic, your local heroes for emergency septic pumping, septic cleaning, and sewer line repairs. Plus, they now offer porta potties for your job site or special event. For more information, visit southwestsewerandseptic.com or call 417-326-4330. That's 417-326-4330. Southwest Sewer and Septic. They make the dirty work easy. Proud sponsors of Liberator Sports.
Welcome back, Lady Liberator basketball fans. We're here live from Carl Junction High School. The Lady Liberators taking on the Lady Bulldogs. And we're in third quarter action here. 3:43 left to play in the third quarter. Bolivar 31, CJ 29. And it's going to be Lady Liberator basketball. What's kind of been a sloppy third quarter for us so far. We've kind of turned it up a little here in the last about 30 seconds. And have a 4-point swing here in this game and have a chance to take a 4-point lead here with 3:43 left to play in the third quarter. Cammie Bryan, she gets it into Cribbs. Cribbs, 3-ball, can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound is going to be Bryan, and she picks up the foul. They're going to get a push in the back call on Cammie Bryan. A lot of people like to call it an over the back, but there's no such thing, Kent, as an over the back call. It is a push, and we're going the other way. So that's the official in me, making sure we get the right terms coming out here on the broadcast. Lady Bulldog basketball, that's Triplett. She is hung up in the corner down there, trapped by Cribbs and Anderson. It goes off Anderson's leg, and it's going to stay with the Lady Bulldogs. With 3:24 left to play here, Bolivar 31, CJ 29 here in the third quarter. Lady Bulldogs, they get it into Triplett. Triplett trying to get it inside. That's going to be Cammie Bryan. And a lot happened there. I was trying to watch everything. Looked like Cammie Bryan, her arm, like she literally looked like it was like being dislocated there as the girl in the white jersey was just kind of yanking her all around there. She couldn't get the ball because the girl was grabbing her arm. So luckily we got a big break there. And the Lady Liberators get it back here with 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Great cut there by Anderson. She can't get it to go. That was a great look there by the sophomore of Anderson. Just couldn't finish the layup, and the Lady Bulldogs will take it back over on the other end. That's Triplett out there being guarded by Mays. Great job by Cammie Bryan. Comes up with the steal there, and she's going to walk it up for the Lady Liberators. Cammie Bryan with the basketball, gets it over to the right side to Anderson. Anderson over in the corner to Cribbs. Skip pass over to Mays. 2:35 left to play here in the third quarter. Mays over to Bryan. Bryan 3-ball. and gets nothing out of that. And the Lady Bulldogs will walk it back up at a chance to tie the ball game up here. So with 2:18 remaining, Lady Bulldog basketball, and a great cut there. That's number 30. That's going to be Best Brett. And she's going to be fouled and go to the line for 2 free throws, 2 Ankrum Law free throws here with 2:13 remaining here in the third quarter. First one off the mark, no good. And checking in for the Lady Liberators is going to be Briley Tosh. And having a seat on the bench will be junior Josie Mays. Second free throw coming here for the Lady Bulldogs. And in and out, no good. So a big break there for the Lady Liberators. Back come the other way. Cribbs on the left side, skip pass over to Tosh. Tosh gets it to Anderson. Anderson back to Cribbs. Lady Bulldogs still in that zone, that 2-3 zone, and they're really spreading it out here on us. They get it over to Tosh in the corner. Tosh, 3-ball. Can't get it to go. She gets her own rebound, kicks it out to Anderson. Anderson, 3-ball. It literally goes in and back out. What would have been a big shot for Anderson. We can't get it to fall. 1:40 left to play here in the third quarter. Bolivar 31, CJ 29. Triplet for the 3-ball. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Cribbs. Cribbs pushing it up the floor. And she has no numbers, but she's going to kick it out to Tosh. Tosh thought about the 3-ball. Kicks it over to Bryan. Bryan over to Anderson. Anderson over to Goodman. Goodman back over to Cribbs on the top of the key. Lady Liberators need to be patient here and get a good shot. And it looks like the Lady Bulldogs are going to commit a foul there. And that's going to be on Triplet. Her second personal. Team second on the third quarter. Bryan throws it in underneath the basket for the Lady Liberators. And she gets it into Cribbs. Cribbs, long 3-point shot. Can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound is the Lady Bulldogs. But they let loose of it. It's on the floor, and there's Emma Goodman. She picks it up for the Lady Liberators. She's going to take it all the way to the basket. Gets stopped. Kicks it out to Bryan. Bryan over to Anderson. Anderson over to Cribbs. Cribbs is going to take it all the way and get fouled, and she gets it to go. A great take there by Carly Cribbs. And she's going to go to the line for a 3-point play. And she gives Bolivar their biggest lead of the day of 4 with 50 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. As Cribbs will try to go for their Ankrum Law 3-point play, and she gets it and gives the Lady Liberators a 34-29 lead with 48 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Back come the Lady Bulldogs the other way. They break the press. That's number 30, Best Brett. She can't get it to go. Rebounded that's Howard. Can't get it to go as well. Rebounded by Bryan. Back come the Lady Liberators the other way. And great transition play. Bryan to Cribbs. And Cribbs lays it in for 2 and gives the Lady Liberators their biggest lead of the day of 7 points. Bolivar 36, CJ 29. 18 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Jump shot by the Lady Bulldogs. And wow, what a tough shot. There was about 3 rolls there. She finally gets it to go down in the hoop. That's number 15, Harris. And brings the Lady Bulldogs within 5. Back come the other way of Cribbs. She can't get the jump shot to go. And the buzzer will sound. That's the end of the third quarter. Bolivar 36, CJ 31. We'll be back here with fourth quarter action. You're watching Bolivar Lady Liberator Basketball on MoSportsZone.com and listening on Your Country 99.
You know what they say, if you want something done right, do it yourself. Well, that's great, except when it comes to electricity. Better call Warwick Electric, locally owned and operated since 2005. Warwick offers all types of electrical service, both commercial and residential, using top quality materials and following current electrical codes. They're fully insured and licensed, so you can trust them with your electrical needs. Don't do it yourself. Call Warwick Electric today at 417-327-3674. You know what they say, if you want...
Navigating ever-changing tax regulations can be difficult, but not with the Winfield Tax Service. They've been serving Southwest Missouri for 60 years and are 4 generations strong. From individual to business tax needs, plus bookkeeping and payroll services all year round. They've got it all. Call 326-3326 or visit in person. Located on the northeast corner of the Bolivar Square. Winfield Tax Service, your destination for stress-free taxes.
Welcome back, Lady Liberator basketball fans. We're here on the campus of Carl Junction High School. Ozark Mountain Conference matchup here between the Lady Bulldogs and the Lady Liberators. And we're headed to fourth quarter action here. Lady Liberators with a 5-point lead. And it's going to be Lady Bulldog basketball coming out of the fourth quarter here. Lady Liberators still in their man-to-man defense here against the Lady Bulldogs. And they're going to move it around the perimeter. That's number 15, Dempsey Harris, being guarded by Goodman. She hands it off to Triplett. Triplett, a bounce pass over to Howard. Can't get the jump shot to go. Rebounded by Goodman. So a great first possession there, a defensive stop for the Lady Liberators. That's going to be Goodman out front over to Jarrett Anderson. Over to Tosh on the top of the key. Over to Cripps. Cripps, 3-ball. Off the mark, no good. Tosh with the rebound. She can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Lady Bulldogs. That's going to be Best Brett. She's going to take it all the way for the left-handed layup. She gets blocked, but it looks like they're going to call a foul there on Anderson. So she's going to go to the line for 2, Best Brett. That's going to be Anderson's third personal team first here of the fourth quarter. So Best Brett will go to the line for a couple Ankrum Law free throws. And the first free throw is in and out, no good. Our fourth quarter sponsor today is Hometown Furniture. Head on down and check out Hometown Furniture, that nice big brand new building as you're coming into Bolivar. Great people down there, so check out Hometown Furniture for all your furniture needs. In and out, no good. Misses both free throws. Lady Liberator basketball. 7 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Lady Liberators looking for their first conference win here of the season. Tosh is out front with the basketball over to the left side to Goodman. Goodman, 3-ball, and gets nothing but the air of that. But it's going to big break there for the Lady Liberators, as that was number 15. Harris trying to fight for the rebound, but can't get it to go and tips it out of bounds. Lady Liberator basketball, and a mishap there of communication on the inbounds play, as Brian was looking for Anderson, and Anderson went the complete opposite way. So it's going to be Lady Bulldog basketball. Lady Bulldogs are going to have to go the length of the floor. Lady Liberators the full court press. That's a deflection by Brian, and Cripps gets the steal and is going to be fouled. So great job there by Brian creating that steal for Cripps, and the Lady Liberators are going to take back over. That foul is going to be on number 23, Triplett, her third personal first-team foul. Cripps, she gets it over to Anderson on the right side. Back over to Brian. Brian's going to take it. Left-handed dribble, kicks it out to Tosh. Tosh, 3-ball. Off the mark, no good. Brian trying to fight for the offensive rebound there. She tips it out of bounds. Lady Bulldog basketball. So Lady Bulldogs, they get it in. That's going to be Harris. Harris over to Howard. Howard over to Rogers. Rogers gets the skip pass over to Triplett. Triplett trying to get the left-handed layup to go. Can't get it to go. That's Anderson with the rebound. And looked like she might have got fouled there. And the Lady Bulldogs get the steal. They lay it in for 2. And looks like the Lady Bulldogs are going to call a quick 30-second timeout here with 6:03 remaining in the ball game. Bolivar 36, CJ 33. Well, while we've got a quick second here, we really haven't had much time. We're going to go over our sponsors here today. Precision Small Engines, Oak Star Bank, Animal Care Clinic, Bolivar Flooring, Bank of Missouri, Butler Funeral Home, Bolivar Plumbing, Heating and Air, Farmers Market of Bolivar, Winfield Tax Service, Bolivar Recreation and Aquatic Center, Bill Grant Ford, and Southwest Sewer and Septic. Our game sponsor here today is Mid-Missouri Bank. Head on down to Mid-Missouri Bank for all your banking needs. We appreciate all of our sponsors. Without them, we would not be able to bring you live play-by-play action for the Lady Liberators and the Liberators. Well, we're back here on the court after the quick 37-second timeout by CJ. Lady Liberator Basketball, they hold a 3-point lead here over the Lady Bulldogs. 6 minutes remaining here in the ballgame. Skip pass over to Cribbs. Cribbs over to Tosh. Lady Liberators just seem to be patient here. Get a good shot here. We're not pressed for time. We don't have a shot clock. You know, the Lady Bulldogs still in this big matchup zone here. And that's going to be Anderson trying for a three-point shot. She gets blocked. Back come the Lady Bulldogs the other way. And she's going to go coast to coast. That's Howard. Great look there on the opposite block to Harris. And she lays it in for two as CJ has now pulled within one here with 5:18 remaining. Cribbs gets it over to Anderson on the left side. Cribbs gets it down low to Bryan. She's going to be triple team. Back over to Cribbs. Cribbs skip pass over to Anderson. Anderson back over to Cribbs. Like I said before, just be patient, Lady Liberators. Get a good shot. And it looks like we're going to call a quick 30-second timeout here for the Lady Liberators. So we'll stay right here. 4:57 left remaining here in the fourth quarter. Bolivar 36, CJ 35. So I believe the score at halftime was 25-25, so not much scoring here in the second half for both teams. Only scoring, looks like we've outscored CJ 11-10 here in the second half. So, and as we know, we're not a very good second half team for whatever reason. We've struggled with that this year in some of these bigger games. So we need to pick up the pace here. We're having a little hard time scoring the basketball in this zone, really trying to find some open looks as they've kind of just spread this zone out all the way across the half court, the 2-3 zone. And just be patient here, move the ball around. We don't got to get a quick shot off. There, as I always say, there will always be an open layup. You just got to move the ball around, be patient, value the basketball, and it will come. Carroll's going to check back in for the Lady Liberators. Anderson's going to take a seat on the bench. We're back here with your fourth quarter action. Goodman over on the left side. She's going to drive all the way. Can't get the layup to go. There's Carroll. She can't get it to go either, but it's going to get fouled and go to the line for two for a couple Ankrum Law free throws. And that's going to be Harris. Dempsey Harris, her second personal, team second of the quarter. Carroll with the first free throw. And she drains it, nothing but the bottom of the net. Big free throw there for Carroll. And another free throw coming here for the junior. And she gets that one to go as well. Gives the Lady Liberators a 3-point lead here. 4:41 left to play here in the contest. Lady Bulldogs get it across half court. And a steal there by Tosh. She's got no number, so she's going to dribble it back out. Great decision there by the sophomore of Tosh. She had a 4-on-1, 4 defenders coming right at her, so a great decision there. Lady Liberators moving it across the perimeter here. Cribbs is going to back it out. If I was Cribbs, until somebody came and guarded me, I'd stand right there and just dribble the basketball. Make them come out and guard you. Make them have to come out of that zone and have to guard you man-to-man. Bryan, she kicks it out to Tosh. Tosh, three ball. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Triplett. Triplett gets it across half court. She kicks it over to Harris. Or excuse me, that's Best Part. And gets it back into Best Part. She's going to go one-on-one with Bryan. And she's going to be fouled. So she's going to go to the line for 2 Ankrum Law free throws. So first free throw coming. And she drains it. So that's going to be Bryan's fourth personal. She's going to go to the bench. So Kenny Bryan will go to the bench with 4 fouls. here late in the ball game. Second free throw coming in and out, no good. Fighting for the rebound is Carroll, and Goodman comes up with it. Goodman's going to get it across half court over to Anderson, and she's going to take too many steps. She takes off and doesn't put the ball on the floor, and she's going to get called for the traveling violation. 3:38 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Bolivar 38, CJ 36. And they get it across half court. Great diagonal pass, but blocked shot by Carroll. Great hustle by Carroll. And it looks like Coach Archer's going to get a timeout. That's a great timeout there. So a great defensive stop there by Adeline Carroll with the block shot, hustling out of bounds. The ball was rolling near out of bounds, and she saves it. And so it's going to be a full timeout for the Lady Liberators. 3:25 remaining here in the contest. Bolivar 38, CJ 36. Our fourth quarter sponsor here today, Hometown Furniture. Head on down to Hometown Furniture for all of your furniture needs, as they got that brand new building coming in to the city limits of Bolivar now. We appreciate all of our sponsors here today. Without you all, we would not be able to do what we do in covering all of the Lady Liberators and Liberators basketball games. Well, we've got a barn burner here down in Carl Junction, which is about 115 miles away from the city limits of Bolivar, about an hour and 45-minute drive from town. And got a good little crowd here representing the Lady Liberators. And I know we've got several people back home tuning in online or on the radio for the ball game tonight. Both teams are winless in conference, so both teams are trying to find that first conference win here tonight. Both teams are back out on the floor with 3:25 left to play. Lady Liberators are going to have to go the full court, and that's Goodman. She gets it across over to Cribbs. Cribbs is going to go all the way. She can't get it to go. Fighting for the ball, that's Carroll and number 15 of the Lady Bulldogs, Harris, and she comes up with it. So the Lady Bulldogs get a stop and got to convert here at the other end. And there's Tosh. She almost gets the steal, but can't quite come up with it as she's falling out of bounds. Lady Bulldogs recover. 3-ball by Harris, and she gets it to go. Lady Bulldogs now take control of the lead here. 2:51 here left to play in the fourth quarter, and they're going to call a 30-second timeout. So a lot happened there just in the last 30 seconds. We've got 2:51 left to play here in the fourth quarter. And it looks like Cammie Bryan's going to check back in. Cammie has 4 fouls at the moment. So she's been on the bench the last couple of minutes. So probably a great decision there by Coach Archer. It's one of those where, you just got to take the chance. You got one of your best players on the bench. You just got to put them in. You're fighting here, like I said, for your first conference. The fourth foul she got was kind of cheap. I kind of thought she was straight up, but the ref had her for a push, so that's how she got her fourth foul. And it looks like coming out of the timeout here, the Lady Bulldogs kind of have been full court pressing us here the last few possessions, but they're going to pull it off, and we're going to dribble it up. That's going to be Cribbs. Cribbs, she gets it into Goodman in the inside. Can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound is Carroll, and she's going to get a foul called. And Triplett is on the floor, and she makes her way back up. It looks like maybe she got kneed there. And I know that does not feel good. So that's going to be her second personal foul here of the ball game. Team third of the quarter. Lady Bulldogs going to have to go to the length of the floor. Lady Liberators with the box press. And the Lady Bulldogs get it in. And almost get a travel call there. They get it across. That's Triplett being guarded by Cribbs. Skip pass over to Howard, and that's over in the corner. Can't see the number. Excuse me, that is Howard. Howard shot, can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound, and it's off of Triplett, and it's going to be Lady Liberator basketball. Cribbs will walk it up. 2:11 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Bolivar, CJ 39, Bolivar 38. Lady Liberators need to get a basket right here. This is a huge offensive possession. Goodman, she's going to look for the three-point shot. She can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs are going to walk it up. That's going to be Besprat, and she's just going to stand out there with the basketball. There goes Tosh to guard her. And almost falls out of bounds there. Hands it off over to Triplett. Triplett being guarded by Cribbs. And having a hard time coming up with it there. And almost got the 5-second call. And looks like the Lady Bulldogs are going to have to call a timeout here. So with 1:28 left to play here in the fourth quarter, it's going to be a full timeout. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here. Carl Junction 39, Bolivar 38. You're watching and listening on Your Country 99.
Mid-Missouri Bank has crossed another huge benchmark. They've paid their Mid-Mo customers more than $8 million in Casasa rewards. Join Mid-Mo in the race to $10 million. Get in on your share of the earnings today. Whether it's cash back on debit card swipes or a high interest rate on checking and savings account balances, Mid-Mo Bank pays you for the spending activity you're probably already doing. You deserve more for your money. How does more money sound? Open an account in minutes at openaccounts.midmobank.com. Mid-Missouri Bank. Member FD.
At Animal Care Clinic, they're not just another veterinary clinic, they're your pet's best friend. Their team, led by Doctors Levin and Lindsay Roten, offer top-notch care for all animals, big and small, from intensive care and checkups to pet supplies and grooming. They've got it covered. Keep your furry friend healthy and happy. Schedule an appointment today at animalcarebolivar.com. That's animalcarebolivar.com. Animal Care Clinic. Their name says it all.
All right, we're back here at Carl Junction High School. 1:28 remaining here. CJ 39, Bolivar 38. CJ having a hard time getting it in, but they do. And the Lady Liberators are going to need a steal here. And it looks like they're going to get a foul. That's going to be Cribbs. And coming back into the game is Brian. So it looks like we're going to play a little offensive-defensive set here with Brian and Anderson, with Brian with 4 fouls. Lady Bulldogs, they get it into Triplett. And it looks like they're going to call a foul there. That's going to be on Emma Goodman. So with 1:21 left to play here, that's going to be the 5th team foul. And the Lady Bulldogs are going to go to the line for 2 as they are in the bonus. First free throw is off the mark, no good for the Lady Bulldogs. Got to get a rebound here, Lady Liberators, as they trail by 1 with 1:21 left to play here in the contest. And second free throw is good for Triplett. CJ 40, Bolivar 38, 1:19 left to play. We'll see what the Lady Liberators can do here on this offensive set. They get it over to the left side of Goodman. Goodman over to the top of the key of Bryan. Over to Cribbs, back over to Tosh. And the Lady Liberators just being patient here. That's Cribbs. She gets the spin, drive, can't get it to go. She rips it back out to Tosh. Over to Goodman. Goodman, she's going to dribble baseline. Block shot by the Lady Bulldogs, and they recover. And they're going to have to foul immediately. So Carly Cribbs with the foul there with 47 seconds. They're going to send Harris to the line for 2 free throws. First free throw coming for Harris. And that's good. Second free throw off the mark, no good. That's Tosh with the rebound. She gets it across half court. She's going to be stopped. There's Cribbs. Cribbs, she's going to go to the basket and be fouled. And it's going to be Lady Liberator basketball underneath their basket. 38.4 seconds left here. CJ 41, Bolivar 38. And we'll see what play the Lady Liberators run here. Brian throwing it in. And having a hard time getting it in. They finally get it into Cribbs. Cribbs trying to go to the basket, and she gets fouled. So Cribbs going to go to the line for 2 free throws here, 2 Ingram Wall free throws. These are big free throws right here. We need both to go. First one off the mark, no good for Cribbs. Let's go, CJ! Second free throw coming for Cribbs, and she gets it to go. CJ 41, Bolivar 39, 33 seconds remaining, and that's going to be Triplet getting fouled there by Cribbs. So Triplet's going to go to the line for 2. And first free throw is no good for Triplet. So another opportunity here. The Lady Liberators got to come up with a big rebound here. Carol and Brian down low. Second free throw for Triplet. And nothing but the bottom of the net. CJ 42, Bolivar 39, 30 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. We'll see what the Lady Liberators come up with. Over on the left side to Goodman. Goodman passes it up to Cribbs. Cribbs, 3-ball, can't get it to go. And rebounded by Goodman. She's going to be fouled and go to the line for 2. So with 19.6 seconds left, Goodman's going to go to the line for 2 as Bolivar trails by 3 here. First free throw is good.
Come on, Bulldog!
Second free throw coming for Goodman. And she gets that one to go. 2 big free throws there by Goodman. Here comes the trap, and it's going to be automatic foul by Cribbs. And that's going to be Cribbs' 4th personal here. So her and Cammie Bryan both with 4 fouls apiece. So 18.3 seconds to go. Triplet's going to go to the line for 2. She gets the first one to go. Second free throw coming for Triplet. Off the mark, no good. Fighting for the rebound. That's going to be the Lady Bulldogs coming up with the rebound. So the Lady Liberators is exactly what we wanted. A missed free throw there by Triplet. Could have had the basketball back with 15 seconds down by 2. Instead, we've got to commit a foul. And that's going to be number 30, Bestbrick, going to the line. First free throw is good. And second free throw coming here for the Lady Bulldogs. Got to get a rebound on a missed free throw. And they get it to go. That puts the Lady Bulldogs up 4. 15 seconds. Here comes Cribbs back the other way. She's going to dribble baseline and throws it out to Tosh. Tosh throws it over to Brian. Brian, 3-ball. And off the mark, no good. And that's going to do it for the game here as we commit a quick foul with 0.3 seconds left to play. So with 0.3 seconds left to play, CJ 45, Bolivar 41. And that's going to be the ball game right here as CJ is going to shoot 2 free throws. First free throw is good for Rogers. And second free throw is good. And that will do it here from Carl Junction, as that's the end of your ball game. CJ 47, Bolivar 41. We'll be right back here with your post-game action. You're watching and listening on your 99.
What would happen to your kids, home, finances, or even your business in an unexpected life event? At Ankrum Law, we understand that planning for the future is a gift to your loved ones. This is Jesse Ankrum, and I'm ready to help you secure your legacy with expert guidance in estate planning. From wills to trust, we provide comprehensive solutions tailored to your unique needs. For more information or to book your free estate planning consultation, visit AnkramLawFirm.com. Ankrum Law, helping you protect what matters most.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement.
All right, we're back here on the campus of Carl Junction High School. The Lady Liberators take a loss there with a final score of 47-41 here. What was really the Lady Liberators were in control the whole entire game there, all the way up until about a minute and a half left, and that's when the Lady Bulldogs took control there with the lead. And unfortunately come up with the loss here, as both teams were fighting for their first conference win here, and the Lady Liberators just can't get it done here at CJ tonight. So we're waiting to see if Coach is going to come on the air or not. So it looks like we got Coach Wells coming here on the air real quick for our Warwick post-game show. As we get him on here. Coach Wells, thanks for coming on. What seemed like a game that we were in control in all the way till the very end, and it just caught up with us, and we took the loss here tonight.
Yeah, we're not going to make excuses. We didn't do a lot of things to help ourselves. At times, we weren't patient in our offense, getting some quick shots, a lot of threes that weren't even drawing iron. So we're, is what it is. It's our third game in 4 nights. Our conference is brutal. So
right, I think I said that several times over the broadcast, just looking up at all the schools, and you've got 4 out of the 7 schools that are ranked, in the top 5 in class 4 and 5, and then you've got us, Branson and CJ. Like there is no, this is a great example tonight. You can't ever take a night off, because if you take a possession off, if you take 1 minute off, they're going to come back and they're going to get you, and that's kind of exactly what happened here. And like you said, we just did not take good care of the basketball there at the end, and we kind of struggled, against their 2-3 zone, and we just didn't come out on the winning side.
Yeah, it's you look at your conference schedule and you're thinking, that's a state championship run right there with all the teams that are ranked in our conference, and it's any given night. Somebody can sneak up and get you if you're not playing your best. On the road, especially, you really got to take care of the ball and be patient in your offense and play good defense to get a win. And that showed tonight. We didn't come out on top, and but we're trying to get ready for districts. Our districts is loaded as well, with half the conference in our district, seems like. So we're got a little time to prepare for Branson on Monday. It's our senior night, so I would like to invite everybody out for that. I think that's our last home game.
It is, yeah. Branson, we got Branson, and then we're off the rest of the week, and then we go back to Raj the next Monday.
Yeah, Raj should be fun. That's going to be a super night with the boys down there too. So that place will be rocking with their boys team versus our boys team. There's no love lost there, and Rogersville girls are one of the top teams in the area. Final Four team from last year, so we're hoping to do a little bit better than we did tonight. But we're worried about Branson right now. Branson runs a 1-3-1 defense, and zone kind of hurt us tonight, so we've got to figure out what we got to do to get things right.
Right. Well, Coach, thanks for coming on. And like I said, tough loss here tonight. And, you just got a few days to regroup and get ready. Coach Bo down there at Branson, he's done a great job down there. And like you said, there is no off night in our conference. You got to be ready to go. You got to be ready to play. If not, they're going to beat you. So we got to get ready to go. And a couple days here.
It would really help our team if we filled the gym at senior night. We've had some great home crowds this year. So we'd like to have that aspect, that advantage over Branson to fill the fans, bleachers up with our fans, and go out and root for the girls. We've got some great seniors that'll be playing their last home game, so it'd be great to send them off with a win.
Yeah, no, you got Carly Cribbs, Kami Bryan, Emma Goodman, Heidi Roten, four originals that have been around Bolivar for a very long time, have put a lot of time in the gym. So come out and honor them on Monday night. So thanks, Coach Wells. Appreciate you jumping on here.
Appreciate you guys traveling this far to cover the game.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up here for our post-game interview, sponsored by Warwick Electric. Final score here tonight, Carl Junction 47, Bolivar 41. The Lady Liberators will be back in action on Monday evening, hosting the Branson Lady Pirates for senior nights. Tomorrow night we will have the Liberators on with the tip-off around 7:30. That will be a 3-game night right back down here at Carl Junction. So tune in to the crew. Darren and Josh will be bringing you that game, along with Kent over here on my right, bringing you to all the sound and video. So we appreciate all of our listeners jumping on here tonight. The Lady Liberators just can't. They just come up short, can't finish it off here, and fall by the final score of 47-41. Well, I'm Shania Franska. Kent and I, we are going to sign it off here and head on back down 115 miles back to Bolivar here this evening. So we appreciate, like I said, again, everyone hopping on here. We thank all of our sponsors tonight in order to bring you live play-by-play coverage here of this basketball game. Safe travels to everyone. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. Good night.
This Bolivar Liberators Sports broadcast is made possible by these great sponsors. Be sure to tell them how much you appreciate their sponsorship of Liberator Athletics and support of our kids. These sponsors are Bank of Missouri, Bolivar Recreation Center, Southwest Sewer and Septic, Ankrum Law, Mid-Missouri Bank, Warwick Electric, Citizens Memorial Hospital, Roten Cleanworks, CNC Farm and Home Supply, Winfield Tax Service, Hometown Furniture and Mattress, Bolivar Flooring, Butler Funeral Home, Bill Grant Ford, Black Rock Arms, Animal Care Clinic, Oak Star Bank, Farmers Market of Bolivar, and Bolivar Plumbing, Heating and Air. Thanks for listening to this Bolivar Liberator Sports broadcast.